Hey everybody, this is Mark from Baka Mobile with a badly tattooed arm. It's been a while since our last video, and last time you may have remembered that we went and shot a pre-release version of the BlackBerry Priv. Um, Today what we're going to look at is the DTEK50, BlackBerry's next Android phone that's come to market in some parts of the world. In our region, this device has not launched anywhere except for BlackBerry's online store. So what sets this device apart? What makes it different than the Priv? More importantly though, what makes it different than other mid-tier phones in the market? We're seeing a lot of devices actually coming out with great specs at very economical prices. So let's start with the elephant in the room. This is our DTEK50, and on all of the networks or on forums that we've currently seen, there is a lot of comparison between the DTEK50 and the Idol 4, and rightly so. The Idol 4 is a unit that we don't have in our region. We've had the Idol 3, so unfortunately we weren't able to actually do a direct comparison. But from what we've seen, company TCL makes the device, so this is a unique perspective for BlackBerry, considering it's not one of their in-house manufactured units. If we compare it to the Idol 4, from what I understand, the back is what really sets it apart. The Idol 4 in other parts of the world, I assume would be the same glass material that's used on the front, where BlackBerry's opted to put on the ruggedized, sort of easy grip backing with the BlackBerry logo. So let's sort of walk through what's in the device, what sort of sets it apart. With a typical BlackBerry, we always have a convenience key, and here what's a nice sort of, I guess you can say, improvement over the Priv perhaps or other devices, is that the convenience key can actually be remapped in the software. So simply drag down from the top, go into your settings, and right away the nice shortcut. And I was checking on the Priv for this, but it looks like maybe we'll see this in a later software revision. I think I've gone right past it. Convenience key. So in here, this is where you can remap to an application. Just point to it. You can set it to a speed dial, send a message, or other shortcuts. So the DTEK50. What makes this different, or what makes it worth your money in the mid-range tier? Well, BlackBerry's positioning this phone as a very secure. In fact, security is the big marketing tag that they've put across. And you know what, in all fairness, from what I've seen, from what I've read, and having used the Priv, I have to say, from that device, they are living up to their expectations on security, but also productivity. That's another big function for this phone. Price point, feature-wise, I mean, I believe in the Canadian market, this device retails for around $429 to $450, which is a great price for a device. With the specs that it has, and we'll sort of cover this, it has a, if memory serves, a 2600 milliamp battery, a 5.1 inch screen, or 5.2. I seem to see different variances depending on what I read. So I'll say at least a 5-inch screen ranging to 5.2. 1080 screen. We also see on the, we've talked about the rubberized back. We have, if memory serves again, I believe it's a 12 megapixel rear shooter and 8 megapixel front shooter. We've got on the bottom micro charging capabilities. We've got the volume rocker up and down on the right side with the convenience key. Now that's different than the Priv, which has your standard 3x3 format. On the top, we have what looks to be a noise cancellation mic and a 3.5 millimeter headset jack. And on such a thin device, it's nice to see that they were still able to squeeze that in. I believe it's 7.9 millimeters on the sort of diameter of this, or thickness, but don't quote me on that. On the other side, we have the standalone power button. Now what's unique about this too is BlackBerry's software allows you to actually remap that as a double press to launch the camera. So security and DTEK50, how does this sort of tie in together? We're going to actually do a complete video on the DTEK app just to sort of explain what that is. But it's part of the security feature and part of the productivity suite that sort of sets BlackBerry software and the DTEK50 aside from other units. DTEK by BlackBerry actually is an application that lets you know how secure your device is in comparison to the apps and security settings that you've enabled in the device. And again, we'll have a separate video just dedicated to this with applications and with everything set up so that you can see how this works. From what I've seen, really great feature and may set some of your minds at ease for how you use your phone and how protected your data really is. So, going back in, the BlackBerry DTEK along with the PRIV, well, these devices are locked from the bootloaders, data is encrypted on them, and BlackBerry's promised to have operating systems like OS updates and security patches on the same day that they release. So far, if you've been a PRIV owner, you've probably seen these come out quite quickly. We're actually quite impressed with how fast those updates actually happen. Marshmallow came out for the PRIV at, a little bit of a delay, but it seems to be faster than some other OEMs. So we've got this as a security option. What I really like about the PRIV and the DTEK50, and we're sort of going to have to go into the settings and show you this, is much like other competitors, there's features such as Smart Lock. We have advanced interactions, and we're just going to talk about Smart Lock. Great feature. For those of you that have used an iPhone or other devices, and even other Android phones, you'll notice everybody can go in and lock their phone with a PIN. In this case, if we go under Smart Lock, and sorry, let me just backtrack. I love the automatically wipe feature after 10 attempts. I was used to that on iOS, and it's great to see it in the BlackBerry devices, just like the older day units. So in Smart Lock, well, once you key in your PIN, you'll have some options, and this is great. Trusted devices, trusted places, trusted face, trusted voice, on-body detection. For myself, what I've set up on my PRIV is the ability to have it unlock at certain locations when I walk into the home, when I walk into the office. So with this, you would just simply go in, add a trusted place, have it locate where you are, select the location, and drop a pin, and you're done. There's your lat and long of your trusted location. Just a few of the features that makes this a secure device, or I guess in this case, unsecure, but functionality is definitely there. So again, here's some of the features that helps with the security enhancement. Combine it with DTEK, combine it with the bootloader, combine it with the encryption. I mean, it is a very secure device. Combine it again with the OS updates and security patches, and definitely this device is something worth looking at. We hope you like this quick little tour. If there's anything that you want to see from the DTEK50, please let us know in the comments down below. You can send us messages on Twitter, on Facebook. Thanks for joining us.